Welcome back to another episode of Still on the Air. I'm David Pierce Sanders, and joining me is Jackson. Night creatures call, and the dead start to walk in their masquerade touchberry. Hi, Jackson.
Hey, Dave, what's up?
You're looking a little rough today. What's going on, man?
I'm a bad banana.
Well, you went as a banana last year. I think we left you out in the sun a little bit too long.
Yeah, it didn't go so well, but hey, it's the price of being cool.
You look great, man.
Oh, thanks. You look great too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. My one goal for this episode is for my nipples not to fall out.
See, that's actually the exact opposite of my goal for you.
Oh, for me? I was
Yeah.
going to say, you want your
No,
nipples.
these aren't going anywhere.
I think you're well protected. Yeah, no, the Elvis costume, I'll go into a little bit of the story. I bought an Elvis costume to do a sketch, and the sketch turned out to go viral. So it was a good investment, Dave.
Yeah, and also got a Halloween costume out of it.
But I wouldn't want to wear this anywhere because, like, look, it's white.
Yeah, you're not taking that to parties or anything.
No, trick-or-treating. Like,
Yeah.
I've fallen too many times trick-or-treating. I do not need this to be falling in.
Yeah, especially something that costs like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, the shoes I bought, I finally returned those. So I broke $100 between this and the shoes, but I returned the shoes and I'm still under 100.
Nice.
It's a good investment. It's Halloween, man. I'm excited about Halloween. It's tomorrow, technically, but you'll be seeing this tomorrow, which means you'll be seeing it today. So happy Halloween on today. We're going to dive right into our non-sponsor. Today's non-sponsor is the horrifically amazing Frankenstein Funko Pop. Scream in terror at the scarred face of the monster. Reel in fright at the sight of the emotionless killer. Gasp at the seductive eyes. This figure is absolutely a work of horror, featuring an amazingly dreary color palette and the iconic bolts in the side of the neck. This figure is sure to show your collection a shocking time. So, if you can find it, go get a Funko Pop Frankenstein.
This figure should properly be called Frankenstein's monster. We are disappointed that Funko neglected to name this figure correctly. We promise that all future Funko Pop figures will be true to their literary inspirations. Please enjoy the rest of the show.
So this is mine. I got this one out of my own collection.
Your favorite monster, right?
Yeah, my favorite monster. I'm a fan of Frankenstein, misunderstood, and you know, he's no killer. He was just put in a bad situation. Let him enjoy his death. I don't know. So I like Frankenstein. He's misunderstood. Big guys, we're all misunderstood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. We're actually all pretty good people, and we all don't want to reach for the top shelf items. You know what? Maybe it's just natural selection that you don't be getting the top shelf items. That's my stuff.
Yeah, why make the shelves that tall in the first place then?
You know what? Yeah. Don't get angry at the tall guy for not getting the tall stuff. Be angry at the businesses for not making shorter shelves.
This is your fault, big shelving.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have a couple of stories I want to share. There's some scary stories, Jackson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to sleep tonight?
I don't know. Do you usually sleep on Tuesdays?
Touch and go.
Touch and go.
All right.
I think you'll be all right. And I think you'll be all right at home. So the first one I'm going to share. I didn't write it on the prompter because it's a true story. So these two fellows were walking in the forest. They were going hunting. All right. Late at night, middle of the woods, nowhere to be seen. They did have their cell phones. They still had reception, so at least they had that much. But they're hunting. One of the friends grabs his chest and falls to the ground. The other friend is like in a panic. What am I going to do? Even if I can get people out here to help, it'll take forever. There's wolves coming maybe. Who knows? He's scared. He calls 911. 911 operator picks up. He says, 911, what's your emergency? The guy says, my friend, he just grabbed his heart and fell down. I think he's dead. The 911 operator said, calm down. It's okay. Don't jump to conclusions. First, make sure he's dead. So the guy puts the phone down for a second, and there's silence on the other end. Then he hears a gunshot. He picks up the phone and says, now what?
Yeah.
Yeah. True story.
Yeah,
True
wow.
story. You ever go hunting, Jackson?
I didn't know they had a gun. Wow.
Huh?
Huh?
They had what?
What?
So that's a story that I just said. We're also going to do what turned into a top 5. The joke of the day was scariest musical instruments. So I turned it into a little bit of a top 5. So the top 5 scariest musical instruments, starting off with number 1, the tuba. You got to get him smirking. That's all he'll ever give me. Get him when he smirks.
I try, man. I really try.
I don't. That's why.
I'm gonna take my glasses back from Ramon back there.
Ramon making an appearance on the show.
Oh, I can see again.
Well, Ramon can't, and it might be because of the metal pole going through his skull.
He's shaking his head. No, he can't.
You cannot see. There we go.
No.
Appreciate
He's
it.
gonna turn around right now.
Okay, you can see my hand too.
Okay, what's number 2?
No, we'll get into another story. Yeah.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. We got one more. The year, 2018. The place, right here in this very studio. It was just another ordinary day. People were going about their business as usual. Nobody expected the worst to happen, but it happened it did. I was here. I saw with my own 2 eyes. I heard it with my own 2 ears. Children were present, but that didn't change anything. The doors slammed, the people screamed, the lights flickered, and then it happened. Jackson Touchberry said the F word.
Oh God, no.
And if it happens again, you'll get a pay raise.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Just keep waking up, just yelling, ah!
Yeah, you're not going to sleep tonight because the taste of soap doesn't sit too well with you, does it?
My
you,
mom
you dirty,
raised
dirty
me
boy.
better. My mom raised me better.
That's right. It would have been fitting for you to swear on this show you're a bad banana.
It's all an act, Dave. I'm just dressing up. It's Halloween. Come on.
And why were you swearing last week?
I was really excited about this show, I guess.
But that wrapped up.
Yeah, it's
right?
over now.
You're probably really excited about
I'm
that.
very glad. Last 2 days were 10-hour days in
my.
the shop. Two shows back to back, and then last day was a show, and then we had to.
Is it 10-hour days?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were 10 hours in a day.
Yeah. Turns out.
I haven't been awake for any of those. 10 hours.
No.
So, but you finished up with last show on Sunday.
Mhm.
You have some time off before the next one, or are you getting right into
I'm
it?
not in the next one. I got a lot of time off from theater, so.
So any more this semester for you, or
Nope.
are you all set?
Nope, I am done.
I'm happy to hear. Other people though, they're probably jumping right in.
Oh yeah, there are people that were in this last show who are in the next show, so like they probably had like rehearsals during
Oh my
the
gosh,
show.
impressive.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of shows, we got one coming up,
Oh, we do.
and by we I mean Lame. Laugh a Minute Enterprises, the improv show, first improv show of our semester.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, so we're gonna do some improv on this Saturday, which is what is it, November 3rd,
Yes, it is.
room 310A, from 8 to 10. So come on out. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're gonna do all right.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely free. It's the room right across from the elevators on the 3rd floor. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's our last year at Lame. Can you believe that?
No, I can't
I'm
believe
sorry,
it.
I didn't want to break the news to you.
I'm
but
really sad about it,
yeah.
actually.
No, I know it was one of the immediate things I got into, and then continued on, and that's where I met you. So
That's how I met you, man.
I can't do it anymore. We're gonna be all right, and we got 2 more shows back to back for Lame.
Yeah, you want to talk about those?
I may as well. Can I? Whew, which one is first? The Campus Life one is first. So we were originally going to open for a professional group. Professional group said, "Oh, we don't want to go after them. They're going to steal the show."
Yeah.
And they backed out. So
Totally.
now it's just us for 2 hours.
Really?
It is, yeah.
I didn't hear about that. It's news to me.
Well, you haven't been at any of the meetings, Jackson.
Well, I haven't been able to.
I know you've been. I get it in theater, but yeah, we're doing another. So it's back to back with less than a week. We're gonna do 2 2-hour shows.
Shucks.
Hey, look at that.
Hey,
Shucks.
I can dodge it.
So that's a big one. But what I'm most excited about, we're back in the auditorium.
Ooh, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm really looking.
Can't even see the audience.
That's the best part. Can't see the disappointment in our parents' faces.
Yeah, they're like, I did not raise that.
Yeah. And I actually usually can't see the disappointment in my parents' faces because they don't come to the shows.
No, that's not true.
That's not true. They're all.
Yeah, my parents are great.
The final show of November is called Freaky Friday. That is going to be the following Friday. I think it's the 16th. We're going to do it in Alexander, and we're going to be doing it with Evergreen.
Big fan of Evergreen. We get along great.
Love Evergreen. They're going to be on the show. They have been on the show, I should say. But we're going to do a show with them, and in Freaky Friday spirit, might switch roles.
Oh.
It's going to be fun. All right, we're going to take a little break. When we get back, we're going to talk to Nicole DePonio. We'll be back.
My mom's birthday was coming up fast, so I needed to go out shopping for something quick. I needed to move money from my savings to my checking account so I could use my debit card at the mall. I cracked open my laptop, hit the bookmark from my bank, and entered in my username and password. What the heck? I got sent back to the home page. So I entered in my username and password again, made the transfer, and went to the mall where I found this cool little necklace for my mom. That's good news, right? The bad news is, the next week I went to make a purchase and they told me that I had insufficient funds to cover that purchase. Long story short, when I had logged into my bank the first time, I got redirected to a fake site that stole my username and password. I guess I got a virus that redirected my bookmark. The thieves had a field day with my account. I wish I had known then what I know now. You have to check and make sure you're really on your bank's website. This can be done by either recognizing an image you've selected or clicking a lock or VeriSafe icon and comparing the bank's web address to a web address you've got on our certificate. My name is Luke, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
Welcome back to Still on the Air. And the number 4 scariest musical instrument is a steel drum. But steel is spelled with an A. And theft is terrifying.
Theft is very scary.
Very scary. Very real, too. Nicole DePonio.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Of course.
Yeah, I think it was like a last-second kind of call last night.
Yeah, there's no place I would rather be on a Tuesday afternoon, though.
Do you hear that, everybody? There's no place. If you would like to be on the show, too, there's no place you'd rather be. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course. Thank you both.
What would you usually be doing on a Tuesday afternoon?
Sometimes I work on Tuesdays. I work at Bluffs Park Rehab in Ann Arbor. I don't have classes on Tuesdays, which is really nice. So I usually get the days to like catch up and do other things.
That's really good. I don't get any catch-up time, and my mic fell off, so I'm adjusting that as we
no.
go. Yeah, this was.
Yikes.
I didn't think about the logistics of wearing a flimsy jumpsuit with having to be mic'd up, but we're gonna do it right. So you mentioned working. I want to jump right into that because you started your master's program, right?
Yeah, so I just got accepted into the combined bachelor's and master's program for occupational therapy here at Eastern. Go Eagles!
Yeah.
This is something that I've wanted to do since I was a sophomore in high school, so I am so beyond excited that I was accepted with 37 other amazing applicants too.
That's awesome. So occupational therapy, is that, explain that a little bit. We were talking about it a little bit earlier, but.
Yeah. So occupational therapy, it's like similar to physical therapy. I think that's the more prominent one. But occupational therapy is more of like the fine motor movements, and you can do a lot with it. There's like specifically hand therapists that I've shadowed, and like they'll work with your hand, like if you break your wrist or you hurt your fingers or anything, and they'll be able to use rehab to get you back to function. It's also really like activities of daily living, so like showering and toileting and like all that stuff. You're able to help people like regain those really essential functions of their life. So I'm very, very excited.
That's awesome. And you said you've been interested in this since sophomore year of high school?
Yes.
So how did you get interested in that so young?
So I had an uncle who had a stroke, and I got to see him go through rehab with occupational therapy and see how passionate the OTs were and how they didn't just care about like my uncle, but cared about our entire family and making sure that he was able to come back too. So.
Well, that's great. I mean, I think really when you put in a situation where you can see the, how much good that these people can do and how it affects you personally, that's a great way to go about it.
Yeah.
So, and then you mentioned your job now. That kind of is step in the right. You're doing occupational therapy right now.
Yeah. I'm so excited that I had the opportunity to get this job, and it took me a while to finally like get a job in a rehab because I was a server for a while at Applebee's, and that was fun. But
Don't like Applebee's.
now we're on to bigger and better things.
Right.
So.
Well, when you're there, your family, right?
Yeah.
I think that's Applebee's.
I don't actually know.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I should probably know this.
No, you just had to bring
Yeah.
the food. You didn't have to.
They have good apps though.
They do.
Go to Applebee's.
It's the first 3 letters of the name. So
Yes.
They have to, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that. That
Yeah.
should be their slogan.
We have good apps. It's in the first 3
You
letters.
heard it here first.
Yeah. Okay. Great stuff. And you're also you're sporting your colors right now.
I am sporting
Yeah.
my letters. I'm in a sorority here on campus. It's Sigma Kappa. So I've been in the sorority since I was a sophomore in college.
Was that something that you? How did you get into that? Because I came in and everybody wanted me to join fraternity, the Fajita Fest.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not trying to think like everybody wanted me. But was it something that you just kind of like after a while you're like, well, I should just join, or did you have something that intrigued you about the sorority?
Yeah, so actually, freshman year, I roomed with 2 girls who joined Sigma Kappa, and I didn't want to be in a Greek life at all. I was very against it because I just wanted to kind of find my place at Eastern. And then I started with orientation, and I got to meet a lot of really great people that were a part of Greek life. And I was like, wow, I get along with these people so well. And they encouraged me to go through recruitment, and it was a great decision for me. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
You mentioned orientation. Now, is that the freshman orientation or?
Yes.
Yeah. So you joined the orientation group, right?
I did join the orientation group. It's for all new students that come through the university. So,
So how'd that go? That's the I guess now first 3.
Yes.
But originally it was first 4.
yes.
How'd that go this year?
It was wonderful. I had the privilege and the opportunity to be on O-Team, which plans and facilitates orientation and the training that the new student orientation assistants
Okay.
go throughout the 6 days. So it was so fun.
You taught the people that were going to teach the freshmen and the new
Yes,
students?
it's a chain of command.
Nice. Well, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And so what would you do in those kind of days? I think I know a few people that were part of the O-Team, if I'm getting them right, but I might be mixing them up.
Yeah.
And so what, is it kind of like events, group bonding kind of stuff?
So O-Team is a 10-month process, but it's
fun
10
process.
months of very fun work and team building and leadership experience, planning and putting together like facilitation guides for all of the events and activities that we're going to be, and the trainings that we do for the new student orientation assistants. We also get to put on a dance,
Oh,
which that was fabulous.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some interpretive dancing, or it was all kinds of styles?
All kinds of
Yeah.
things.
Interpret it as you will.
Yeah. As you will. I like that.
So when I was talking about anything that you'd like to promote, you mentioned that you started a new club on campus?
Yeah. So my friend Ariana, she's a goddess. She's wonderful. She had this brilliant idea that she wanted to start a student organization at Eastern that was dedicated to getting Eastern involved with the outside community, specifically Ypsilanti. And we just had our first event called EM Music Fest, and that was right at the beginning of the school year. And we had some bands come in and perform outside in like the amphitheater area, and that was so fun. We got some like local businesses involved, so we could support them, and we invited other people from the community out to see it, and then Eastern students. So it was really great, and you should, if you're interested in joining the club, go on InkleSync and look it up. We're going to put on some really great events this semester and then next semester as well. So.
That's awesome. I mean, for such a young group, that's already making a surge.
Yeah, I like
Hey,
it.
there we go. Well, keep up the good work. It sounds like lots going on, but a lot of good stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
coming on.
Thank
We're gonna have you on in the next segment. We got a little bit of a Why Nots preview actually, but we're gonna talk a little bit more when we come back on Still on the Air.
So I tried logging into my .emish account and it wouldn't let me in. So I went down to the help desk and they said I had already changed my password. No I didn't. Shortly after that, my apartment was broken into. Yeah, if you put 2 and 2 together, you know where they go. My address. They got my password, got onto my .emish account, and stole my class schedule and my home address. They knew when I wasn't going to be home. I should have known that a password of ABCD1234 isn't too hard to guess. Now, I'm more careful about choosing a password. I take a word that's 8 to 10 letters long that isn't too personal to me, and I change some characters around. For example, the word college, C-O-L-L-E-G-E. I can change the L's to 7s and the E's to question marks. don't use college, okay? You have passwords for a reason. Take the time to make one that is unique and easy for you to remember, yet hard for someone else to figure out. My name is Daniel, and I'm trying to be safe.
Welcome back to Still on the Air. I'm David Pearson. We have Nicole and Jackson joining us today. The third scariest musical instrument. This goes for Christians mainly, but the synthesizer. The synthesizer. Yeah.
She's
Groans.
trying. She's trying.
Groans. Yeah, we're just saying, butter me up, laugh all you need, but I know they're bad. They're rough stuff. I'm excited for this one. Why Nots? We're gonna release a video tomorrow, which is today. 'Cause
It's up at the moment.
it's up at the moment. I forget.
Maybe.
As I'm speaking, it's Tuesday, but it should be up as we speak. But we got a video. You know what? I'm not gonna lead into it anymore. Check it out. Here it is.
Hello and welcome back to Monster Match with me, Zom Bergeron. Mary, we have time for one more question for all the bachelors.
Thanks, Zom. Oh, they're all so great. This is going to be tough. Contestant number 1, you seem like a real gentle soul, someone I can trust. Where would you take me on a first date?
Well, I love long walks in the moonlight. I'd take you deep into the forest. And then, we could meet your family. We could make a picnic. Or, eat your grandma.
What was that?
Make a picnic.
Oh, that's nice. How would you like the date to end?
Well, if my clothes haven't ripped off already. Sorry, just the thought of you makes me...
I bet you're asking yourself, where do we find these guys?
Contestant number 2, you seem like a real youthful soul, someone I could go to church with. How would you get romantic?
Well, I love to start with the neck. You know, lights off, curtains closed, coffin open.
That all sounds great. But can I trust you?
Well, I won't cross you if you don't cross me.
I like that. While we're on the conversation of trust, how many lovers have you had?
Let me count. A 1, a 2, a 3. Yes, a 300.
Whoa, ho, ho. Calm down. You don't want to get Wolfman all riled up.
Okay, contestant number 3.
Actually, it's contestant number 3's monster.
Sorry, contestant number 3 is Monster. I think you're a great conversationalist. You have such a great way with words. I feel like we could just talk for hours. If we got married, what would you say in your vows?
Well, Mary, you've got quite the lineup. Who's the lucky man?
This is really tough. They're all so great. But I think I have to go with contestant number 1.
Oh, yeah, baby!
Congratulations to contestant number 1. We're gonna talk to the losers now. Contestant number 2, how do you feel?
Well, Zom, it sucked.
Hans!
You really didn't bat an eye.
Well, that's our show. Tune in next week and keep watching Channel 13 for AFV, America's Funniest Vampires, hosted by me, Zom Bergeron.
To be frank, I think you have a screw loose.
Good night, America.
Thanks for joining us. What do you guys think? Why'd I ask a camera that? I hope you liked it. If you did, go out, check Why Nots out, like it, give it a follow, whatever. We appreciate it. Halloween, you guys excited for Halloween?
I'm super pumped.
Yeah.
I feel like it already happened.
Okay, so it's an interesting conversation because like I thought Halloween has always just been about parties. Even when you're younger, like you had the Halloween party at school, and then it's just like 2 hours of trick-or-treating, and then it's kind of over. So, now that we're of age, it's parties again, but you guys have a favorite costume, maybe? Because I had a few, and I enjoy dressing up. I've gone through 4 costumes already this year.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I've had Elvis,
Okay.
gone as Frankenstein, Kramer from Seinfeld, and I went as a dude from the 60s. So
Nice.
Just a dude.
Just a dude.
dude, yeah. I was tired of, I had to do Kramer so much. I was like my party costume, but I was tired of doing the hair. So
Yeah.
I just flipped
He's
the hair
the one
full.
with like all of the
Yeah.
like the frizz.
Jerry. Right, yeah.
Wow. So how'd you get all the curls?
My hair is pretty curly.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I wash it and then put a lot of product in there and just keep pulling, it does, yeah.
Sounds like it was fun to do.
It was a lot of fun to do. That's why I went as a 60s guy the last
Yes.
night. Yeah, so favorite costume, anybody? I know, it's a tough question because they're all so great.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I was Hermione like 4 years in a row because that was what I wanted to be because I loved her. Last year I went as Minnie Mouse and I liked that one. That was like my cute one, but I'm not very much of a Halloween planner. So
That's okay.
yeah, let me know if you have any
Right.
tips on what I should be.
Tweet us
fans.
your answers next to your Nicole's costume.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was usually just animals. Like I was a bumblebee for a while, and I was a frog.
Yeah,
That was fun.
yeah.
I don't know. I think banana's probably my favorite so far, just because it's a good investment. It's just always funny, you know.
Maybe you could do a smoothie next year.
Smoothie,
Yeah, banana smoothie.
banana smoothie.
And just put you in a blender.
I'm down. Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds good.
Music. I forgot what I was going to say. Scariest musical instrument, number 4, an organ. But not the kind you play, the kind that's in here. We'll be back after the break.
I'll be right back, I told myself. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. 2 minutes later, and everything was gone. My backpack, my laptop, my cell phone, my iPod. 2 minutes was all it took. I was lucky. The thief was eventually caught and I got it all back. But now that I had that happen to me, I realized that anything valuable has to be treated like cash. I'll never leave it out of my sight again. My name is Heather, and I'm trying to be safe.
Thanks for tuning into the show. I'm improvising here. Final, scariest musical instrument. Trumpet. Special thanks to Nicole for coming on. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Tune in to Campus Cable Channel 18 to see us and our friends on eWeekly. And as always, you can find us on social media at ETV, at Ian Newman. You can always see any episode of Still on the Air on YouTube. I'm David Pierce Anderson. This is Jackson. This is Nicole. As always, it's been a pleasure.